Good morning, traders. Welcome back. Today is the 31st of July. It's a Monday. It's the last day of the month. Last day of the month. The last trading day. On Friday, we had a really nice recovery with the SPYs and the triple Qs after Thursday's sell-off. And we have Apple and Amazon earnings this week on Thursday evening after market. And I do believe there is some weakness in the indices, not shortable weakness as of yet, but the triple Qs and the SPYs, we can see quite a lot of distribution here, both in the triple Q and the SPY, especially the triple Qs with the Nasdaq. So that's definitely something I'm a bit cautious about. We're also getting a lot of chop, which is quite natural before a correction. If you look, a similar thing happened back in 2021 near the top. We were having gap ups, gap downs. It became really choppy. So if this happens this time, I do also expect a slight pullback. Probably not as extreme as then, but at least a slight pullback, maybe to the 50-day. But as of yet, the indices are still healthy. Everything is still bullish. So no shorting on my side, definitely. The Dow has held up well through the sell-off, along with the other indices. One thing to note this morning is that crude futures is up 1%, which is quite amazing. I believe crude has bottomed now during these during the start of the year. We can see we've tested this level of 67 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So if that's not breaking, I doubt it's going to break now. We're above the 200-day, we're above this downward trend line. I believe we can really push here. A stock I'm definitely looking at is SLB. If we can push to these 4-year highs, that's definitely something to consider, whether we can push through. And once this gets going, it can really get going. The next area of resistance is 61, 62 level. But this again is from 4 years ago, so there's not much supply really remaining in the market. Anyone who's bought here or shorted here must have cleared out by now. So you really have potential for this to push without any recent supply in the market. So definitely something I'm looking at. If you look at the dollar is fairly flat on the day. We're above the 20-day moving average. We're in this area of supply, so I expect the market to digest it. We'll have lots of people who have bought or sold here, so they'll be adjusting their positions. So hence we get this, as expected, sort of 2 flat days. But again, we're above the 20-day. This could again curl back around, which would be of course bullish for tech stocks. But that's definitely something to keep an eye on. The semiconductors are doing very well. In fact, this morning, again, it's going to, well, at the moment, it's actually at all-time highs in the pre-market. And this has now tested this 160.80 level once, twice, the third time, and now the fourth time, and now this morning, if it opens here, the 5th time. That's definitely something to watch. The volume is not too impressive. Yesterday we had okay volume, slightly above average. But to get really a strong rally, it doesn't look too good. So I'll be staying out of that trade. My main interest for this week is the energy trade. And until earnings with Apple and Amazon on Thursday, I believe you should be a bit cautious on tech. Having said that, you never know. We push above here, we get short squeezes, we can get another gap up ladder sort of movement and push even higher. So definitely no shorting at the moment. Just my interest is moving on to the energy names, for example, XLE. On Friday was a really good long for anyone looking at that, 84.67 off the 200-day. But that's where my main look will be for this week. The bonds remain unchanged, nothing much to talk about there. Jay Powell increased the rates by 25 basis points, which was in line as expected. So it's not expected to have too much of a reaction. And that is it. The main things today is we have earnings on Thursday for Amazon and Apple, and of course the energy space I'll definitely be looking at before then. Happy trading.